The man thought they were bodying who? Tell Arnie Shala. They thought we were gonna get run through? Tell Arnie Shala. Can't lie, if you would've said it would've ended 2-2, I would've told man Shala. And I write bars if we draw, if we win or we lose. Tell a hater Shala. Mainly did well 2 games in a row. But Bruno was the star of the show. Did you see the pass that he gave to the Butcher? Butcher made another hole in the goal. Butcher smashed that ball so hard, and he had Mo selling up behind bars. Liverpool talk about winning their Premier League when they got the win in a yard. I sit cognac, I sit Vossi, and Maguire in the back 3 look bossy. Delo had Trent on toast like coffee. He attacks well but defending sloppy. So I give Delo all the flowers like Poppy, and I just pray that we don't flip floppy. How we perform was far from shoddy. Against Arsenal with a carbon copy. Against Liverpool, man, you were about. Why we can't do this every week, I can't figure out. And we had a chance to take away 3 points. If Maguire kept it low to the ground, where the Scousers at, man, I don't hear a sound. When Gakpo made the late hit ground, you were singing from the top of your lungs. But can I ask where you man now? Maguire got booked but it weren't no foul. I was screaming at the ref like how? I was like, Harry Maguire, don't watch that. In this game you were the main like chow. Liverpool man, they were all dirt. Got 1 point, it was well deserved. Yo, it's the old T99 bantering where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Therms, and we're tuning in with another episode, man. Manchester United against Liverpool. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. Man United at Anfield, sorry. Look, why does Man United always do this, bro? Why do we always do this? Why does Man United shock man all the time like this? Why can't we perform like this? Look, I must say though, United finally show up. We finally turned up. And my question is why can't we do this week in, week out? That's the big question. We heard Bruno Fernandes getting interviewed after the game. He said, you know, he knows that he wasn't performing all season like, but it's sort of rounding up what he said, that this was basically the best game that he's had in the United shirt this season. He even doesn't know the answer to his own question as to why he can't perform as good and why Manchester United can't perform as good. But I tell you this, it raises a lot of questions, man, because this is clearly showing that it's a mental thing, a mentality thing, right? Because against Liverpool previously, obviously, yes, we got smoked 7-0 before, but there's times where Man United has gone on to beat Liverpool. Man United has gone on to draw with Liverpool just like we did against them yesterday. And the thing is like, my thing is it like a player quality issue? Which I guess it is, to a degree it is for sure. But where we are in the league in terms of 13th at the minute now, is that purely down to just quality? Is it even down to coaching? Or is it down to mentality? And it makes you query like all these other bosses that's come before Amorim. And now obviously we're in a position with Amorim now. We're seeing these patterns of play, like when we play against the teams like Liverpool and we're up for it, you know, the big teams, Cities, the Arsenals, when we're up for it, we can put on a show. We saw what we did to Man City in the FA Cup. Like when we really want it, when we really want to turn up, Man United can do it. But for some reason, we don't sustain that level of mentality, that level of performance week in, week out, where we're running 90 minutes of the game. You know, we're pressing as a collective unit. You know what I mean? We're winning the second and the first balls. You know, we don't keep that mentality through and through, and that is the challenge. You know what I mean? Well, go on, NK. And my thing is, we need to make sure that from a mentality perspective, we are switched on, because we can't afford to be switching off. You understand? After that could be used as a platform. You understand? That performance can be used as a platform to build on, and we can't afford to be going back into our old ways, man, with this mentalities thing about just folding. You understand? But NK, man, let me ask your opinions. I just started really. I'm talking about raw, like how Man United again pulled off a shock factor, and the fact that, you know, we like, you know, when you expect to lose, Man United are not losing against Liverpool. People are counting like, is it going to be double figures? Like, what changed today? Why is it so different?
You know, someone used the term on Twitter. Someone used the term on Twitter that they are passion merchants. That's what they are. They are passion merchants, and I think for a long time, like, there's been a mentality issue at the football club, you know. And you can see it. We've seen it. This is not something new. We've seen it even under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where they will go to the Etihad, literally makes City look very, very, very bad. And you think to yourself, okay, why can't you go out and do it week in, week out? And then the next following week, they'll go and lose to like a very team like on the bottom of the table. And it always comes down to mentality to me, you know. And it's just like us in human nature, you know. There's some days where you feel like, you know what, I don't want to give my all. Some days you are motivated to kind of like do it. So I don't know what it is that is stopping these players, or sometimes just motivate themselves week in and week out to just like see every. Because often when you see managers always talk about, you know what, every game is important. This game is important. But I think some games, maybe the occasion might be too much for them. Or maybe they just underestimate opponents, thinking like, oh, you want to use the club name to play the game. You know, oh, we might notice, so when we go there, they're going to fear us. But we know nowadays the Premiership is not like that. Nowadays, it's very hard to sometimes see who's the smaller team and who's the bigger team. So, and I think even yesterday, I think even Liverpool themselves, I think they kind of like suffered from what we did, where therefore it was going to be a very easy game because of the form that we were coming into the game. So yesterday, that wasn't the Liverpool that we've been seeing like week in, week out, you know. So I think, and even last season too, it was similar to when we went in there with a very poor form. And again, we went there to go get a draw, you know. Yeah. So it's just one of those games.
And we could have won it then as well, just like we could have won it now.
Right. You know, and I always say, like, anytime we go to a place expecting something of the players, they end up losing. When we don't expect nothing, that's when they end up kind of like surprising you too. But I don't know. We really need to work on the mentality on this players too. And this was sometimes too, you kind of like get conflicted. Is it a manager that needs to do that? Or maybe some of these players, that's how like they are mentally, you know, and this is what the ability is, you know, because they always say the world-class players are able to perform consistently. They always seem to find a way to motivate themselves. It doesn't matter what the opponent is to still give a performance. Players who are just like not world-class, they struggle with consistency. And I think maybe we got a lot of players in our team that struggle with like consistency. We really do, man. So
you know what? Yeah. A lot of the City players, I look at them and I don't think like they're necessarily world class. I just feel like Pep his mentality is so ingrained in that team, yeah, that they think like him. They want this. They want to achieve the same. Like his vision is on that pitch. And I just think like Man United has been through 7 managers, permanent, 2 interim, yeah, and Manchester United. So that's 9 managers, and not one of them can do what Klopp managed to do, in a sense where it at least kept them in top 4 whilst he was there. Pep at least competing and winning, actually. Like even Eddie Howe, even down to that level, like we ain't had a manager that is consistently. It's like, well, we're in Champions League, we're in Europa. What is going on? Why do we need someone?
What it is, like,
I don't get it.
We put it down on managers, but it's not supposed to just be down on managers. It's supposed to be like a club mentality. I remember Tim Hag's first season when we lost the FA Cup final to Pep, and they threw a party for the players at a hotel. And I remember I was so very negatively off it. You know, I didn't like it because I'm thinking to myself, yes, you come to third place. You won the Carabao Cup and went to the FA Cup, but you lost it. You shouldn't be rewarding them for that, you know. And when they threw the party, I was just so against it. And it normally shows the mentality of the football club, you know. It shouldn't have been good enough because third place is like a normal thing to be achieving anyway. And if you get a cup too, but you should be pissed about the fact that you lost the FA Cup. You don't go ahead and throw the party. And because we did that, I understood why in the second season, the players drop it. Because therefore, like, what they achieved that season was viewed as, okay, you know what? This is the best you lot can do, you know? And that was their mentality. Like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is what they expect of us. So there's no point us going any higher than what we achieve, you know? Whereas the manager wanted them to do more. It's not the manager's fault that the club threw a party. He didn't pay for the party. The club did, you know? So it's just like little things like that, you know?
Yeah.
Any club that do that probably will not do a parade. You get what I'm trying to say? That's like a big club kind of like mentality too. So I think United just need to find that big club mentality where certain stuff, like yesterday, as a United fan, we were happy with the draw. But in reality, we shouldn't be happy with the draw.
But Amarim wasn't. Amarim was fuming.
Because we were the better team yesterday.
And I'm glad he was. I'm glad he was fuming, because I ain't gonna lie. a lot of fans were excited. I was happy. I was happy that we didn't get another 7-8-0. Because I don't expect anything from Manchester United in that way. But Amorim, the guy that's leading us in terms of coaching us to success, hopefully, he's a guy that's looking at it, yeah. And it said a lot because he's not like, if you look at Eric Ten Hag probably would have been like, oh yeah, like these guys showed desire, they showed heart, they worked really hard, we deserve to win. Look at the chances that Rasmus Højlund had. If he scores that good, like he would have been.
He wasn't. See, and this is what I said to you. Like sometimes we forget it. When Ten Hag first came, he wasn't like that.
Yeah,
I don't see Ten Hag in the first season where we win
it's
games.
True, he wasn't like that. Yeah, he wasn't.
He said, when we games like, look, we didn't perform better. I don't see him being like that. And he's like, no, we didn't perform better. He's like, no, we didn't do this. But as time goes on,
he's saving his
mentality of this football club draws you inside. Because when he first came in, remember he said, good is not good enough. That was always his motto.
Yes, true.
Good, and then as the time goes on, like good was just good.
Yeah,
good became enough.
It's enough. Yeah.
So he got sucked up into the whole kind of a situation too. So like Ruben too, he got the fire in his eyes. You know, let's see if the club also help him put the fire in his eye. Let's see if he also don't let like the players kind of like frustrate him to the point where he now just become constant to us like, hey, you know what, this is the best I can do. Because a lot of people come there with the fight in their eyes, and then by the time you know, it's no longer there.
Yeah, look, I hear you, man. I hear you, man, because I really do help that the board, like you said, support him and back him as well. Because, like in that game, I know Liverpool could have gone either way. Because even with Liverpool, they had a chance that a shot McAllister, I think like a volley, and Onana saved that. A near post from Bradley towards the end of the game. Onana got that at his near post. Gakpo, I think he made another. Like, to be honest, Onana was he had a really good game, to be fair. I know everyone's talking about like your Bruno or whatever like that, but I feel like he has a really good shout for being man of the match, like from a player's, like a fan's perspective. But look, it could have gone either way. And obviously Manchester United, we had the opportunity of Rasmus, innit? Rasmus Højlund, again, he strikes it at the keeper. Do you know, Amad Diallo, sort of, he kind of gets ahead of the ball, like with the cross from, I think it was the low, whatever, he misses that header. And for me, it's just like, we see it from a Man United's perspective consistently all the time that Man United find ourselves in possessions, even against Newcastle, yeah, where we lost 2-0. You watch back that game, you see the opportunities that we had, and you're just like, if we had a better forward there, if we had a better like attacker there, we'll be, even if we don't deserve it, we'll just be up. Like we would smashing grabs. And I look at this team and I'm like, oh, like we need something in January, and we need the board to back, even if it's like a fullback and a striker. Like, what would you prioritize anyway? Like, if you had to bring in like one player, like there's only one player we can bring in, who would that player be, man? Because what's your priority?
It's hard because I mean the team have so much kind of a problem, and this is the question I keep on asking myself in terms of like the manager, what will make his job very much kind of like easier for him, you know? And I don't know, I'll probably just
tough, innit?
It's tough, but I'll probably say he should go for like a wing back. You know, he should go for a wing back, because I've seen when Ahmad kind of played there too, the wing back kind of like gets certain position too, and I think he attacked with more numbers when he had the wing back. I think bringing one striker in there too, if he's still playing with the full backs, I don't think we normally get the numbers up front like we normally like used to do, and it's still kind of like limit us. There's like how many players we commit going forward, you know?
True.
I say where we are now, it's better he have like a tennis match where maybe he's having like a cricket scoreline than not scoring at all, because prior to the Liverpool game, I think we got like about 3-4 games without scoring a goal.
You know, stress.
That's very long. And in those games too, we've hardly even been creating that many kind of like chances like that. Yesterday we could have probably have like 4 or 5 or so, you know. So I think if we kind of like have a wing back, because I think he needs to kind of like have the foundation of his team. And he doesn't get, you can get a striker that will probably like score goals and kind of like cover up whatever crack that is, you know. And once you're scoring goals and you're playing back and you're fullback thing, players kind of like get used to that. Hey, we're scoring goals, so it doesn't mean that you don't really need to do something. But if you get your fullback inside, and at least you get that kind of like formation right, that way of kind of like playing right, you know, people kind of like start to see the idea. The fans kind of start to kind of like see the idea, and then they guys like, okay, you know what, we're creating, we're getting the wing backs into positions, they're putting crosses inside it. We just need to go get a striker to put at the end of it, you know. Because now, when you watch a lot of the press conference, you can tell a lot of the question has been about the system, too much about the system, because a lot of people are like not a fan of the system. I'm not a fan of a throw at the back. I've never been a fan of throw at the back. There's a way that I normally I want to see my team play, and I'm not a fan of it. But if the manager wants us, the fans, to believe in it, his idea that, okay, this idea can at least win us a game of football, then I think he needs to go get a wing backs and actually kind of like show it. Because right now, I think there's a lot of us, the fans, a lot of the media too, that if the system is right for the football club.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And that was the question that I was talking about in the last game. Is like, that was it about this tactics formation. But it's just making you think as well. It could be a mixture. But when you look at performances against Liverpool, it just makes you question, like, is it a tactics thing, or is it actually the mentality? Is it the quality of, like, it's so confusing to pinpoint. But
I think there's certain games where I could say tactically the manager got it right. And certain games that I said to you, like, tactically he got it spot on. I'm sorry, so certain games that tactically he got it wrong, and then some
like
games tactically you got it like really right. And then we've had like individual errors. Those are the game, you know. We've seen it, like, how many corners have.
And why can't we cut that out? Why can't we cut, like, the Litz one? I know, like, it might be a bit harsh, but why is his hand in the air? Like, we've seen guys
yesterday too.
Corners,
and yesterday too. And see, yesterday when I was watching a game, and I'm thinking to myself, we are on top of this game. The minute we scored, I said to myself, they're gonna let Liverpool come back into this game. I just knew it, and it didn't even take a long time. And then before you know it, boom, 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 and even that self-conflicted, because they don't know how to be resistant. Because, you know, staying compact, staying in game, mentally it's draining. If you play football and you have to literally like beat, especially when you're defending a lead. Sometimes it can't be, it can't be, against a team like Liverpool like that. You always feel like anytime you are like the underdog and you play on the big team, they make you work really, really hard for your lead. And the thing, we didn't have a stomach, and it's not just Liverpool too. It's most games. How many games have we gone ahead that we've lost the lead? You know, so
story of our lives, man.
And that's what I said to you. Sometimes it's one of those ones where when a manager literally, because there's a lot of details that go into kind of like tactically, managers going on there, reading the other opposition to kind of like get the tactics right. So when managers actually get the tactics right, I think the players also need to work harder on the football pitch to make sure that he's being rewarded for that too, And yesterday, I feel like tactically, he got it right. I don't know whether it was complicit from Liverpool or not, but you always say like your team can kind of like cause trouble. And I think tactically too, we were very kind of like spot on, even though it was a cricket game. I think the players should have done more to actually let the manager get a bit of a W. Like, this was very different to the City game. The City game, we were very poor. Yeah. Very, very poor. And I think 5 minutes changed the game. But this one was very different. I think this one, we hope. If you didn't look at the league table, you wouldn't probably say, oh, Man United are 40th on the table. You would have like maybe these are two teams that are very equally on the same page on the table. Look, you would have like playing first and second team. Like one team is in first, one team is in second, or maybe first and third place, like competing against each other.
And one thing I noticed about the performance and why we did well as well is the fact that, look, that midfield, like, although people query whether Mainu can play in that position in a double pivot, but I know that the midfield of Bruno, Mainu and Ugarte had a good game against Liverpool. Like Bruno hardly did anything wrong. He was doing the right things. He was involved. He was like having an impact on the game. Delo as well. When we talk about that width, he's been poor this season. But for some reason, Trent made him look like Ryan Giggs. Again, you know what I mean? He made him look so like world class. And for me, when you mention left back as a position, it just makes you think like it is key. Like, we do need a left back to always be cooking, providing that we like how Ahmad did on the right when he was on right wing back.
Yeah, but to me, if I get a left wing back, I'll go put Ahmad on right wing back.
You would put him
right? I'll go put especially against the smaller teams. I put Ahmad right wing back, and I put the new wing back too on the left hand side. So that way, when you attack, you're attacking numbers. You know, when we go up, it's going to be like about 5. I saw the first game against Ipswich when he first game. And I remember the first goal that we scored when Ahmad crossed the ball.
Yeah.
It was literally Ahmad there, and then you had like Rashford and whoever was playing the 2 10s. They were all in the box. There was about 5 guys in the box. 5 guys in the box.
Yeah.
So when you were able to kind of like do that, and I think Ipswich, the first few minutes, Ipswich was kind of like scared about the numbers that we were attacking with. You always have to like, it's a question about the wing backs and then their full back.
It's the best. It's the most important part of this formation.
Right? Who's gonna pin who back? Who's gonna pin who back? You need to let them think twice about if they commit their full back forward, we can head them. And at this moment in time, they started not to be scared about our wing backs because they feel like they're not a threat. You know, they feel like they're not a threat, and when they're not a threat, we start to be like, we get pinned back. But yesterday, like I said to you, the Lord kind of like did that. Mazraoui is not the best. I kind of like going forward. I don't see him more as a wing back. I think as a full back, he can do the job. As a wing back, I don't see that too. Even Dallo, I'm not sure about Dallo.
I'm not either.
Dallo too. I've been Dallo too. But it's just what it is like there's so much thing that needs to be done in this team. And I don't know whether the owners are gonna back him in terms of like getting him the right thing. And even that too, I'm even still very skeptical about Bada. What if you go get him a wing back and things don't improve and you sack him? Then what do you do with the wing back? You know. So as a fan, I ask so many questions too, and sometimes this is where you just want to be like, okay, I'm just a fan. There's people upstairs that know better than me that can actually maybe do the right things too. But we know about this football club; they never do the right things too, and sometimes they make us the fans be more right than them.
Look, I'm hoping that with this new regime that they get. I'm looking at the targets, looking at the signings they're making. Obviously, we've got that South American Don, the left back, 17-year-old, I think he is, or whatever.
Have we got him confirmed? And
yeah, I think the deal's done, the medical and everything. Like, it hasn't been announced fully, but I think it's basically done. I watched him like on a few clips. He looks strong physically. I wasn't looking at performance-wise. He looks like he's got a little skill here and there.
Yeah, but see, that's
he's not going to be like starter. He's just going to be one that
I'm very scared about that because you know me. I don't like Indians. I really don't like them too. And I fear that the more they go through that route of going for those like raw talent, the more you set the team back. See, we have fallen so much backwards. We're like 13th, 14th now. And sometimes it's all good getting those type of like talent. But when they come here, who they learning from? What's the mentality of the football club? Even now, Yarrow, for example, kind of like come in, raw talent or so like that too. If this club is performing bad week in, week out, what do you think he's going to do?
It's not going to help him, yeah.
It's not going to help him because
that guy,
he's
Euro,
to have that mentality like, oh, it's okay. That's how you see the love, like the Rashford, the Martial. They came here in a club that's just going up and down, and they never had the winning mentality. They just got accustomed to that. You know,
the
talent were there, but they just became okay with, if I don't perform this week, it's okay. If I
we can't let that happen to Euro. We can't let that. That guy, that tackle, that he did on Nunez, I was like, bro, you've just saved us, bro. That guy Euro, he's got something about him. He's got the speed, he's got the height, he can pick a pass. Like, he's got all the attributes. I just hope
he needed that because I think he had a very tough game in the last game that I think he played. Also, one of the games that he started, he had a very tough game. He really had a very tough game. Yeah, to begin with too. I still don't know a lot about him. I'm still trying to kind of like work him out, you know, what the fast is all about.
Yeah.
And I don't know, hopefully I can kind of, because even with him too, he's been used to playing 2 at the back. Now all of a sudden he has to play 3 at the back, and you have to put him in position where he has to kind of like defend the channels too. It's something that he doesn't know. So something maybe that he has to probably like learn how to do, because people don't understand, like, as a centre back playing in a 2 and playing in a 3,
it's different. Yeah,
it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game too, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I hope this club know what to do. Maguire getting a new contract, it really upsets me. It really upsets me, even though he's been good performing thing. It still upsets me too. It really still upsets me.
I feel like if a decent bid comes in, I feel we can still sell him because it was only it's like an option to it. So it's not like a new contract. It's like we've just extended with a 1-year option. It still expires next year.
We signed too many centre back last summer to have to go back to that.
You know what the issue is? I think the issue is, it's because we've been so poor in corners, the set pieces, This is why you meant, like, Euro's not getting the game time that I think he would have got, because of how bad we've been in the air. to the extent where we're needing to play Maguire. And even that, it's not really helped, but at least we know that he can win the ball in the air. So can
Maguire has probably been a little bit decent too on the floor too. But I think the whole keeping Maguire, it come down to the new change of system. Because in the summertime when we were recruiting, we were not recruiting for 3 at the back. And it was one of those ones where if you have Delay, if you have Martinez, if you have Euro, probably like your Lindelof, and you have enough centre backs. So they didn't have to like trigger Harry Maguire contract. If you were playing for the back, Maguire would not be needed in hindsight. Because you would have had enough centre back.
Definitely.
To the point where next time you can kind of like probably like go and then just promote a centre back or just go get another centre back.
Yeah.
But right now, because we're playing 3 centre backs,
we need it.
It looked like we're short in numbers. And that's why we have to give him a contract. And even if he stays for next season, it's looking like we still probably have to go get another centre back because Johnny Evans will probably go. Lindelof will probably go too. And then if you have Martinez, Delay, Yaro starting to, Maguire alone is not enough.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go get another centre back.
Look,
which is very annoying.
Talking about Maguire, man, that last kick of the game and that opportunity that he missed, do you feel like Xerxes did the wrong? You think he should have taken on that shot? Because I know a lot of people are talking about how like the mentality of Xerxes is a bit low, he's a bit down. Like, would he have taken that shot? Should he have taken that shot? Was it the wrong thing to do to pass it to Maguire?
It's one of those ones where you say, if you do, you don't. If you don't, you're
damned if you
if
do.
If you shot it and he missed it, it was similar to, I think we had the same situation too. Garnacho was in the same position with Rashford, and he took the shot. And I think it was either him or Rashford or Haaland or so. And not this game particularly. I think this was like last season or so. I don't remember what particular game. And they're like, oh, you're selfish. You're supposed to like have passed it because he shot it too. It's just one of those ones where it's football, innit? Once things go wrong, we can analyze it like so many like different type of like thing. If he did shot and he missed it, we would have said, hey, you should have passed it, But now that he passed it too, and Maguire didn't score, the conversation now flip about like, hey, you should have shot it too. But it's just one of those ones too. I just feel like he decided to pass it, and Maguire should have probably like done better with it. Probably should have just done better. And if he's suffering from lack of confidence, I understand it too, because in the first half, Holland had another better chance like that too, and he just hit it straight at the goalkeeper too. Confidence is everything to a striker, and if a striker is not confident too, they will not be inclined to kind of like do that too. And remember too, he just got taken off the last game too. So I could understand why his confidence is going to be so bad to just like do that too. But that's sometimes too, you need that proper number 9 who's hungry for goals. Because a number 9 who's hungry for goals, it don't matter poor form or no poor form, they will shoot that ball. And if they didn't score it, they're going to tell everybody, I'm a striker and I always go for goal, and you can do one. That's all it is. Because sometimes you need the arrogance in a striker a little bit too,
NK, in 10 seconds, what have you got to say to the Liverpool fans? Give us that viral moment.
Even in our darkest moment, you still cannot knock us out.
They can't hold us down.
They can't hold us down, man. They can't hold us down.
Bro, that's it, man. Guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You heard our views on this game and let us know your views, man. Remember to share the comments, man. Let us know in the comment section. Discuss. I'll reply. I'm in there. You see it already, man. Did Man United deserve to win the game? Did Liverpool deserve to win the game? Has it put a dent in Liverpool's title hopes or not? Do you understand? Can we go on to the Arsenal? Can we build from this? Let me know what your thoughts is. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.